Harry and Meghan, the last three, really, not that it flipped me so much, but regardless of how you feel about her or him or whatever, the shit that they went through is so insane. And the backup that they talk about, Prince Harry talking about, the institution and the press and how their comms offices were like battling each other. So when Harry and Meghan started to outshine the other royals like got pissed. And that's when things really started to turn bad for Meghan, because Harry would say that the comms offices for the other royals would sell or like give bad stories or say like, well, why don't you print that instead of something about our person? So it's like they would battle with each other. And I think Charles is just an insecure loser who feels like if he's not center stage at all times, like he's the one that's supposed to be king and like, who's this girl? And Prince William the same way. They clearly want to protect the system. They're in line for the throne, but it's sad that their relationship is totally gone. But Prince Harry said like the last time he went to have a meeting about what was going to happen and like the separation, that William was screaming and yelling, and like they're clearly not on speaking terms. They showed like William send Harry a text message after the Oprah interview, and he looked visibly shaken. Harry, they didn't tell us what the text said, but he looked visibly shaken by the text.
I would love to know what that text said.
I know. So, and it's just like,
you're a disgrace to our family.
I know. And Meghan, he was like, look, they're never going to see it from our point of view. They're basically like brainwashed. And Meghan talking about more of her mental health and everything that she was dealing with, like thinking that she wasn't enough. And if she was just gone, like all of this would end, dealing with her father and things being leaked in the press. At the end of this, I was like, you know what? The royal family fucking missed the mark so huge. Like they
Nice
would
pun.
have, they would have, like so many people have said, they would have done so many great things. I think if they actually protected them and put things out that would help them. Meghan is so good in that world. Like she wants to be the humanitarian and do the charity work and all those things. That's literally what the job is for what would have been the job. She would have done such a good job, and they treated her so poorly. And it was one thing, like after everything with Meghan, they never would put out statements or try and protect her. But the second that the rumors start to turn that Harry and Will were fighting and all this stuff, like they put out a joint statement from Harry and Will that like everything was okay. And Harry was like, I never signed off on that. Like it was crazy to see that they did that to protect William. They never even asked me. And that's what got put out. And they never put anything out for Meghan. So the parallels, Harry 100%, like I can see why he did what he did. He said it was his decision. He didn't want, I don't know how many people could say it, like history to repeat itself. He clearly could see parallels to what was happening and felt like that was the right decision. Now, the royal people who are just appreciate the whole institution and everything say that he betrayed the family. He's a disgrace, like all these things. But I think if you watch this, it comes off extremely genuine from where they are. And it seems like they're in a better place, such a better place now, and getting to, live their life and still do things that they're passionate about. But of course it's sad. Harry's like, look, I've lost that connection with them, like completely.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
he's completely lost his family, but it's
yeah,
also like, do you want your family to be these people?
yeah,
It's like I lost my family, but do I even want to interact with my family? It's very sad.
it is.
But I also think, like they're doing better now, but now they have to deal with everything that's coming from this documentary. Like
Of
I'm
course.
sure they're going to be very upset with them about things they've revealed. I'm sure Will and Kate are not going to be happy about things that were in that documentary. But
No.
clearly they made a choice for a reason and they feel happy with it. So
Absolutely. And I think like what you're going to see in the press too is exactly what they talk about. You know, the Daily Mail is going to continue to post how awful the Harry and Meghan doc is, and that,
mm-hmm.
people trashing it because that's such a big plot point in the documentary too, is them suing the Daily Mail for putting out her letter to her dad, and all of those things that they just never. I think it was like just a massive reality check that Harry was like, I'm never like, I'm not important enough for them to try to protect, which is crazy. And now he has kids. And I think he was like, look what happened. Like, I never want my kids to go through what I went through and lose a parent. And here's my wife, like, talking about these thoughts that she's having. And Harry was really open. He was like, I was stuck in that mindset for a while. Like, I was thinking about how it would affect the institution, not how it was affecting my wife. And he said, like, I hate myself for that. So he's definitely changed a lot too, and is like learning how to live life as a regular, as regular as you can get when you're still Prince Harry, but as not within the royal family. And I'm curious to see if anything will change. With the Queen's obviously not alive anymore. But like, they're so desperate to protect this very old school style that you're just going to become more and more irrelevant. People are just going to not care if you're going to keep like pushing people out, pushing family members out. So Harry and Meghan was fantastic. I thought it was a very good watch. This was I think the first three were a little slower. The second three, I would give a solid A. I really thought it was very good.